What's up, guys? Sensei here. So, first things first, I want to tell you why you do not want to surprise a martial artist. Well, first of all, in the house, there's been a little more pranking going on. Tico pranked Hugs the same way. These guys are horsing around back at Columbus by throwing like shaving cream on each other's faces and slapping each other, doing slap cams and pouring water on each other and stuff like that. And they always ask me, "Are you okay?" I don't mind being pranked. I don't mind being like a slap cam or anything like that. I'm not like someone who does not mind getting hit. I train as a martial artist all the time, and I'm down for it. It's all good stuff. It's all for a fun time. But I did warn them to make sure they do not surprise me too quick or do too crazy a movement that looks like somebody striking me, especially at certain times of the day. Because as a martial artist, we're constantly for years been training to naturally react to those things. And sometimes when like I'm in a tired mood or you're focused, you're not expecting it, you just naturally react. So I got a couple stories for you. I tried to scare and startle my dad. You jump out of a corner, and you scare somebody. I'm gonna try to startle them. I tried to do this to my dad many times. One time too many, and I want to tell you how it ended up. So I remember the first time I tried to scare him. I right when you walked into my house. Right before you walk into the kitchen, it's like a little open doorway, and you can kind of stand next to it. So one day he was coming home from work, and I was hiding there, and my stepmom's there like, "You shouldn't do it. You really shouldn't do it." And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get him." And she's like, "All right." She really tried convincing me. I should have listened to her. And she said, "You probably shouldn't do it. It's gonna be a bad idea." So anyways, he walks on this briefcase. As he sets his briefcase down, I jump out. It's so quick. And right as he was putting it down, I probably should have done it with it in his hands, because he didn't have a free hand to strike me with. But as soon as he put it down, naturally his hand just came out, and he just threw a back fist, right to my face. And obviously he didn't mean to do it, but he naturally threw a back fist to my face. And then it was like a two punch. It was like 1 and 2. It was like my face and then like my chest. And then he threw a kick out all like within the matter of a split second. I didn't even see it coming. As soon as I went, before I can even finish saying it, wham, wham. And then a side kick came right to my chest, threw me like across my head. It was like probably a good like 5 to 6 feet. My head hit like the back of the thing. It wasn't too hard, whatever. My stepmom came to start shaking her head like, "I told you so." My dad just looked at me like, "What is wrong with you? Why would you do that?" And just got his up and just kept walking. It was hilarious. I remember just thinking like, "Man, I'm really gonna get him." And right as I jumped out, 1, 2, 3, bam, so fast. That's why I know, as a martial artist, you do not want to startle them. But then again, I think it was a year later or something, I had the great idea that, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna try to startle him again. And I think I was hiding in the closet, right in the front closet. So I'm hiding in the closet further back enough so he can't reach me. And I don't know what I was thinking. And again, my son was like, "Don't do it. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna end up crying." I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." And he ends up, opening the closet door. I'm just sitting there, and then I'm like, at that moment, I'm thinking like, should I jump out? Should I do it? I don't know. I don't want to get like accidentally hit again. And as he opens his coat, I remember I jumped out a little bit, and he kind of like jumped out and kind of just like put his hand out though, and just kind of like pushed me back. And I was kind of glad that he didn't like do what he did to me before, but obviously he reacted good enough. But the the best one is, I was like, "You know what? I think I won't get in trouble." It was like a family party, and I totally shouldn't have done this, but I thought it would be a funny thing to do. I was like, "You know what? Here's me being smart. If I jump out from the same place in the kitchen, but I jump out further back so he can't reach me, and if I do it when everyone's around, there's too many people, he won't get mad at me." So for some reason, me thinking that I'm gonna put him on the spot somehow or jump out when everyone's there is somehow a great idea. Probably one of the worst ideas I've ever had in my entire life. But Kim's like, my stepmom's again like, "Don't do it. I don't know why you keep doing this." I have this bad habit, really bad habit of being stubborn. So he gets home. I stay in the same spot. I got some more room. I got my exit plan, my exit strategy ready. And long story short, he walks out. I jump out. He moves and he like looks at me with like this look, like, you know what I mean? Like his quick reaction. It's not like, "Oh my gosh," like he doesn't get startled. It's just like, just reacts, and there's so many years of training, and I'm getting to that level. It's a very healthy thing to have, because whenever if you're in a situation with your family or with kids or anything like that, and you get startled when you should react to defend yourself, it's like a matter between like life and death, or you know what I mean. In that split second, it really gives you a huge opportunity to live or to die. So he like looked at me, and then I ran off like into the living room. I sprinted away, and everyone in my family is like shaking their head like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this?" And he comes over to me, and I'm sitting in the living room, and my older brother is like, "Oh God, like you're in trouble." And for some reason, I'm sitting there like thinking I'm fine. Like, oh no, he's not gonna be like, I'm not gonna get in trouble because everyone's here. For some reason, I think all that stuff just cancels out when everyone's around. I learned that lesson quick. So he ended up like grabbing me by my shoulder, a little Vulcan pinch. He looks at me, talks in my ear, was smiling, and he's like, "Listen, pretty much you need to cut this out. This is the last time. Never gonna do it again." After that time, I learned my lesson. I got it out of my system. Never again did I do anything like that or of that nature. But yeah, I got a little bumps and bruises, got beat up. Never wanted to surprise a martial artist, because a really good martial artist. Because if you do, you better be ready, because it's not like they'll be trying to hurt you, but they may just naturally strike you because you're not. You just won't be ready. It's something you definitely do not want to do. You definitely don't want to do. I've been surprised like a couple times in my life, and I can remember a few times where I naturally acted in a way where I ended up like striking the person, like accidentally, obviously not on purpose, but it's something definitely that you do not want to do. Hopefully in the future I'll get my dad on a video and be able to talk to him with you about it and get his perspective on it. But I was young. I was like a little kid, and I was probably like 8, 9, 10, I think. And I remember when he kicked me, I went flying across the room. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do to prank me. I'll never get like angry and stuff like that and like beat them up or something like that. But I'm definitely curious to see what they do, and seeing how I hope they're obviously gonna have the whole thing on film. So hopefully they try to react too fast and I end up like doing some martial arts move and putting them on their back. I think that would be pretty funny. So I'm looking forward to the prank. I think it's all fun. I think I'm really looking forward to also seeing if I can time the prank or something and kind of give it back to them before they even try to get me. I think that would be great. So alright guys, leave a like. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oos.